Well, good evening, folks, basketball fans. This is James LaFontaine from the Ronan Event Center. And tonight's nightcap, second semifinal ball game, it is the Valkyries in action. The number 1 seed out of 7B taking on the number 2 seed, the Loyola Breakers, as expected in the semifinal action. And how did these teams get here? Well, Big Fork, the Valkyries, on Thursday, last night, beat Anaconda 52-38. And it was Loyola, the Breakers, 49-29 over the Troy Lady Trojans. So Big Fork and Loyola coming up. Take a look at their records on the night. And Loyola, again, the second seed out of 6B at 12-6 overall, 6-2 in league, so they're 13-6 with that win last night. The Valkyries, they're 17-1, make that 18-1 after last night's wins, 6-0 in league. Rankings for the girls, Loyola's ranked 8th, while Big Fork is ranked 3rd overall. Try to get your starting lineups. We'll be here early. We're a little behind schedule because the Vikings and the Anaconda Copperheads went into double overtime with the Vikings taking that ball game 58-57, a whale of a ball game between the Vikes and the Copperheads. Once again, 406-270-7384. Shout out. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a text. Don't call me. I can't answer because I'm obviously on the air. Well, looking at the stats last night for the Valkyries as they beat Anaconda, Jamie Berg led the way with 19, followed by Arely Barrett with 14, Shay Anderson at 8, Jordan Nelson with 4, Kaya Grenny, Abby Nelson, and Abby Lemke, each with 2, and Heidi Schneller with 1, for a total of 52 last night. Tonight, we'll get the starting lineups momentarily, but it is the Valkyries and Loyola. Well, they faced each other twice on the year. If you look back to January 27th, the first game scheduled in December was canceled due to snow and bad weather, so they made that up game last week. In the first game, though, that they had against Loyola, down there in Loyola, a heck of a ball game, as they were down 4, came back, the Valkyries, to tie it up. And they ended up winning that ball game 58-54 down in Loyola. Then last week, the makeup game during usual district time, no district tournament this year, only 4 teams. It was the Valkyries 52-37, so they really handled Loyola the second time and really calmed down and got the lead and just took care of the basketball at the end of the ball game to win by 15, 52-37. So, ready for another ball game. Hopefully it's not tonight. About 10 minutes till tip-off. I'll be back momentarily with you, and I'll get the starting lineups. Well, folks, welcome back to the Ronan Athletic Event Center in Ronan, Montana. And the final game of day 2 of the Western B Divisional Basketball Tournament. James LaFontaine here with you. The Voiks and the Vikes and the Vals tonight taking on the Loyola Breakers with an opportunity to head to the championship ball game tomorrow night at 8:30. Yes, folks, earlier in the first semifinal, we had an upset as Deer Lodge, the 3rd seed coming out of 6B, upset the number 1 seed, the Florence Lady Falcons, 36-32 in a heck of a ball game. That puts Deer Lodge in the championship ball game tomorrow night, an opportunity to head to state. Florence, they'll move into a 10:40 ball game taking on Anaconda and the Lady Copperheads tomorrow morning at 10:40, a chance to get in the consolation championship, which will be at 4:40 tomorrow afternoon. And depending on how the games go, if they get an opportunity to challenge. Big Fork just needs to take care of business and play how they've been playing. Get rid of the turnovers and play their great defense, and as always. So let's get the starting lineups here momentarily. And for Loyola first. For Loyola, their starting lineup is going to be number 2, Sam Clevenger, a 5'11" sophomore. Number 11 is a 5'6" sophomore, Sydney Kopang. 5'9" senior, number 14, Tessa Burke, starting. Number 22, a 5'10" senior, Kenna Gunther. And number 23, 5'9" senior, Kylie Esch. That'll be the starting lineup for the Loyola Breakers. And for the Valkyries tonight, Jamie Berg, back on senior night, went with the all-senior lineup and gave those 5 seniors an opportunity to start, and she is stuck with that again against Loyola in that final game. Started all seniors, and that's what she's doing tonight. So the starters for the Big Fork Valkyries tonight. And they're all seniors. Number 10, Abby Lemke, a 5'3" senior. Ellie Barrett, that 5'4" senior. Number 11. Number 12, 5'8" senior Shay Anderson. At 5'7" senior, number 14, Abby Ellison. And a 6' senior in the middle, Jamie Berg, number 20. Loyola, the Breakers are coached by Travis Walker, assisted by Kelsey McFadden and Chris Clevenger. For the Valkyries, head coach Jamie Grendy, assisted by Courtney Gudlock, Jim Blow, and Jason Grendy. All right, the lineups are set. We got about 5 minutes till tip-off as we're running behind because of earlier games. Here in the background, the Big Fork High School Pep Band under the direction of Randy Tunnel playing. So, Lana Berg, are you listening out there? Talked to your mom and dad already. They said you might be listening. Let me know if you're getting this stream. 406-270-7384. I want to make sure that somebody out there is hearing the ball game. Give me some feedback if I need to turn the volume up or something. The Valkyries into the locker room. Last minute instructions. And they'll get underway here momentarily here at the Western B Divisional Basketball Tournament. Should be a good ball game. And here come the Valkyries back out on the floor and ready to go as Big Fork High School Pep Band and their student section over there doing a great job. The boys' game was early at 4 o'clock. Now they've stayed late to watch the girls play and cheer them on. They've been doing a great job. Well, thanks, Rebecca, for the feedback. I'm glad that you're hearing it out there. We'll tip here shortly after we wind out 2:50 and counting here, the warm-ups, and then get the starting lineups and get the game underway. So let's check out, while we're waiting, we'll check out the lineup for tomorrow. The boys' side is already set. Okay, if you didn't catch that earlier, the 4 o'clock game, a double overtime victory by the Vikings over the Copperheads, 58-57. Vikings move into the 6:30 championship game. And the game after that this afternoon at 5:40, it was Loyola over Florence, 53-45. And they'll move into the championship, the Rams to take on the Vikings at 6:30. Anaconda heads into a 9 o'clock game tomorrow morning against Thompson Falls, right here in the Athletic Center, the Event Center. Florence, who lost to Loyola, takes on Deer Lodge in a 6B battle at 9 o'clock over in the high school gym tomorrow morning. In girls action, we're almost set. Earlier, in the first semifinal ball game, it was Deer Lodge upsetting Florence 36-32. That means Florence will take on Anaconda at 10:40 right here in the Event Center. The loser of this ball game gets Eureka tomorrow at 10:40 over in the old high school gym. And the winner, well, they head to the championship at 8:30 tomorrow night to take on the Deer Lodge Lady Wardens. We're about ready to kick things off. Monique Gomez is going to join me up here. She's going to do the filming of the ball game for the Valkyries. I'll keep you addressed on what's going on the floor. So if I need any help, I'm going to ask Monique. Otherwise, I'll try to keep up as this goes back and forth. Well, there's the PA announcer. He's getting ready to announce the starting lineups for both teams to get things underway. Well, the officials for this ball game, we'll take a look. Jamie Burr from Ronan. Charlie Dotson out of Kalispell. And Deanne Johnson from Butte. So, alternating order, Clevenger, Abby Lemke for the Valkyries, introducing the starting lineups. Sydney Copang. Ellie Barrett, who had a really good ball game last night with 14 points.
Number 23, Kylie Esch. For the Valkyries, a 5'8" senior, number 12, Shay Anderson.
This Shay Anderson, the speedy one, puts the pressure on defensively.
5'8" senior captain, number 22, Kenna Gunther.
Kenna Gunther, the captain for Loyola.
For the Valkyries, a 5'7" senior, number 14, Abby Ellison.
Ellison, the senior.
And for the Breakers, a 5'9" senior captain, number 14, Tessa Burke.
Tessa Burke, number 14, also a senior captain. So the key to this ball game is like they've done before is really limit Tessa Burke. Jamie Burke, the 6-foot post, inside presence captain for the Valkyries, heading to Montana Tech next year to play basketball. And she had 19 last night to lead the Valkyries. Well, let's get underway. It looks like Tessa Burke is jumping for Loyola as they will head south to north. Or we could call it east to west on your radio dial, however you want to talk it. And the Valkyries in their dark black and blue trim uniforms, even though they're the higher seed. And Loyola wins the tip. Sydney Kopang gives it to Tessa Burke. Barrett all over Kopang. Anderson coming from behind, nearly steals the ball. Taken away as Abby Lemke steps in front of that one, and she's going to dribble up the court, crossing the timeline over to Ellie Barrett on the left side. Guarded there by Tessa Burke, and Barrett turns it over. Burke going the other way. She's going to score. Oh, no, she misses the layup. Recovered there by Kopang on the rebound. But she was bothered on that layup attempt and missed it by Shea Anderson. Knocked out of bounds by Big Fork. And Tessa Burke, Loyola basketball, take it out of bounds in the front court. She looks to the far side to Clevenger. Clevenger with the basketball. Dribbles out top. Shea Anderson bothered her. Kopang with the basketball. Ellison out there giving pressure. Shea Anderson chasing Tessa Burke. Tessa Burke pulls up for a jumper. Shot off the front of the rim, no good. Clevenger with the rebound. Over to Kopang for a three-point shot. That one is short, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Big Fork basketball with 6:56 to go here in the first quarter, and no score. Ellie Barrett bringing it up to time. Across the timeline, Burke all over. Barrett gives it to Anderson. Anderson on the drive, throws it up and is fouled. No, they're going to call that one on the floor. Does Jamie Burr. And that foul is going to be on number 22. Check that, number 23, Kylie Esch. Her first team foul, inbounded to Barrett. Underneath to Berg, out to Abby Lepke. Three-point shot on the way, no good. And Shea Anderson battles there with Clevenger, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Loyola basketball with 6:40 to go and still no score. Kopang dribbling up the right side. Ellison right along with her. Shea Anderson comes up from behind, nearly steals it out to Burke. Back to Kopang. Kopang tries to drive it in. Jamie Berg right there. Pass intended for Clevenger, out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Ellie Barrett. And Kopang will take it out of bounds. Kylie Esch with the left-handed shot on the inbounds play to score the first points for Loyola. Valkyries trail 2-0. Abby Lepke trying to dribble up the right side, gets bumped, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Loyola basketball into Clevenger. Clevenger up the right side being chased by many. And Clevenger out of control, loses it out of bounds. Collision there between Lemke and Kopang, but no call. Barrett brings it up as Burke passes it into her across the timeline. Over the left side, dribbles right as Burke. The ball is kicked there by Gunther and out of bounds. And that basketball will belong to the Valkyries. Ellie Barrett to take it out underneath, under their own basket. Out to Abby Lemke. Lemke over to Barrett. Barrett underneath to Berg. Berg's layup is good for two. As Jamie Berg gets a nice pass, puts it up over the top. Kopang all the way, blocked by Berg, recovered by Barrett, out to Lemke. Lemke looking up. There's guys everywhere. Ellison looking, finds Shea Anderson on the left side. One dribble, puts it up, no good off the rim. Rebounded by Kylie Esch. 2-2, 5:23 and counting. Over to Kopang. Ellison and Anderson giving pressure. Pass intended there for Burke. Nearly stolen by Lemke, and Barrett now. Driving it in is Kenna Gunther, and looks like Jamie Berg Jamie Berger is going to be called for the blocking foul. That'll put Gunther at the line with 2 attempts. First shot on the way, rims out, no good. And checking in for the Valkyries, number 21, Jordan Nelson, number 23, Rakaya Grindy. Gunther's second shot for the free throw line on the way, and it is no good. Berg with the rebound. So score, tilts tied at 2, gives it over to Ellie Barrett across the timeline. Berg pressured her. Berg to set a screen. Looks for Jordan Nelson underneath. Nelson puts the shot up, no good. Berg with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. Scramble for the ball, Ellie Barrett. And they're going to call a held ball, and that's going to be possession belongs, to Big Fork. Barrett to take it out underneath. Screen set. Jamie Berg out, over to Ellie Barrett. Barrett's three-point shot just a bit long, and Burt picks it up. Kopang with the basketball. Dribbling up the court. Throws it a little bit high, and Gunther can't handle it. Rolls out of bounds, and turnover to Big Fork. Still tied at 2 with 4:36 to go. Berg into Barrett. Barrett dribbles it up slowly, methodically across the timeline. Guarded there by Berg, looking for Ellison, tries to force it. Ellison with the basketball, gets on the floor, picks it up, feeds it out to there's a whistle, and a foul will be called. That foul is going to be under 2. Sam Clevenger for the Breakers. Her first and second team foul. Berg inbound to Ellison. Ellison looking for Barrett. Barrett looking for Berg. Berg launches the three-point shot. It's good from three-point range for Jamie Berg. Berg with the first 5 points for the Valkyries. 5-2 now with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tessa Berg with the basketball, bothered by Ellie Berg. Berg drives all the way and going to get called for the foul and going to be able to go to the free throw line. Foul's on Ellie Barrett, her first personal, and that'll send Tessa Berg to the line for 2 shots. Berg makes the first one. 5-3, 3:58. Lemke back in. This time number 15, Heidi Schneller checking in also for the Valkyries. Berg makes them both. 5-4 with 3:58 and counting. Berg into Lemke. Lemke across the timeline as Barrett gets a break. Traveling violation, turnover on Lemke. And Valkyries need to cut off on the turnovers that they created last night. Into Kopang. And Kylie Esch travels with the basketball, turns it over to Big Fork in the backcourt. Now it's in Big Fork's front court. Lemke into Heidi Schneller, number 15, who just entered the ball game. Schneller's going to drive it by Burke. Brings it out. She's on the right side. Looks for Jamie. Tries to force it in. And a whistle. Trying to see what the call is. 5-4, 3:35 to go. They're going to call a foul on number 20, Jamie Berg. Her second, third team foul on that loose ball. Into Kopang, up to Gunther. Gunther back to Kopang. Heidi Schneller gets a hand on it, nearly takes it away. As number 14, Abby Ellison, returns for the Valkyries for Jamie Berg. Number 3, Kelsey Esch checking in for Gunther for the Breakers. And Esch, Kylie Esch taking it out. Stole it away as Jordan Nelson, tipped there by Grandy Nelson, brings it up and gets fouled. Foul called on the Breakers, number 11, Sydney Kopang, her first and third team foul. Sneller into Lemke. Lemke in the backcourt will bring it across half-court line and dribbles down, looking for Sneller. Sneller in the corner, dribbles out, bothered and knocked away by Burke. It'll be remain Big Fork basketball as number 12, Shay Anderson, comes back in the ball game, and she will take it out for Big Fork in the front court. Rakaya Grady gets the basketball from Shay Anderson on the inbounds. Pass out to Lemke at the top of the key. Trying to set something up, calling a play, does Lemke. Trying to get everybody in the right position. Dribbles up the left side, dribbles all the way down to the baseline. And falls down, turning the ball over. So it will be Loyola basketball. Kylie Esch inbounds it. Kopang with the basketball, pressured there by Nelson. And Shay Anderson tipped right to Tessa Burke. And Clevenger shot up and rolls in, and good for Clevenger. 2:40 to go into the first quarter. Valkyries trail, 6-5. Lemke brings the ball up across half court on the right side. Now to the top of the key, dribbling in the corner. He's got to take care of that basketball. Can't have turnovers. Out to Rakaya Grindy. Grindy on the left side gives it to Lemke. Lemke's going to drive in the middle, puts a shot up off the backboard, a little bit too hard. And Lemke hustles and knocks the ball off of Kylie Esch. And it'll remain Big Fork basketball as number 11, Ellie Barrett, returns to the ball game for the Valkyries. Barrett to inbound it, looking for Grindy. Tries to force it into Ellison. Clevenger steals the basketball over to Kylie Esch, up to Tessa Burke on the left side. Burke feeds it to Clevenger in the front court. Or check that, to Kelsey Esch. Now Clevenger with the basketball, and Clevenger, the little floater, scores. 8-5 with under 2 minutes to go. Grindy into Barrett. Barrett across timeline, top of the key, feeds it into Grindy. And Grindy, before the shot's no good. She gets grabbed on the arm. That's going to be a personal foul, number 14, Tessa Burke. That is Burke's fourth team foul. And Ellie Barrett's going to take it out, gives it to Rakaya Grindy. Stolen there by Tessa Burke. And Burke tries to dribble up, but loses it out of bounds on the far side. It'll be Big Fork basketball about midcourt in the backcourt. Shay Anderson to take it out for the Valkyries. Looking for Ellie Barrett. Feeds it to Ellie Barrett. Shay Anderson with the basketball. Tessa Burke on Shay Anderson looking for Kaya Grindy. Turnaround jumper. Rolls off and no good. Ellison tips it over. And Kylie Esch gets run into by number 12, Shay Anderson. So that's Shay's first and the team's fourth. 1:32 to go. Valkyries trailing 8-5 to Loyola. Clevenger with the basketball, dribbles it in, gives it to Tessa Burke. She steps back, shoots it up, and no good. Shay Anderson with the basketball, gives it to Grindy. Grindy dribbling it up across half court on the left side. Grindy's looking, gives it to Ellie Barrett, nearly loses it in the backcourt, a turnover, but Barrett hangs on to the basketball, gives it to Rakaya Grindy. And Ellison on the drive. And a nice drive all the way to the basket by Abby Ellison to score the 2 points, 8-7, and 55 seconds and counting. Kylie Esch up, trapped there by Anderson, and Nelson throws it off Anderson's leg. And it will remain Loyola basketball in the front court. Timeout called by Loyola. And that looks like a 30-second timeout called by the Breakers here in the first quarter. As the Valkyries trail 8-7. And early foul trouble as Jamie Berg picks up 2. That last one was kind of what we call a cheapie. You want to stay away from those kind of situations here so he can stay in the ball game. So coach has to sit Berg down for just a little bit, the senior. So Kylie Esch will inbounds the basketball. She's looking for Kopang, knocked out of bounds by Barrett. That'll remain Loyola basketball. And looks like number 32, Elaney Denning, checking in for Loyola. Tessa Burke will now take it out on the sideline. She looks, throws it to Clevenger, nearly stolen by Rakaya Grindy. Ellison tips it out off the rebound, jumps up the court, brings it out, gives it to Barrett in the front court. Barrett is going to drive, and Ellie Barrett all the way to the basket is going to get fouled. So foul on Tessa Burke, enters her second 15th foul. And Ellie Barrett will step to the line. She'll get 2 shots here for the Valkyries. First shot on the way and good. That'll tie the ball game at 8 apiece. Heidi Schneller back in the ball game for the Valkyries, replacing Jordan Nelson. And number 21, McKenna Round, entering for Loyola. Free throw no good, but Ellison gets the rebound. Kaya Grindy on the drive, misses the shot off the rim. Tied at 8. Clevenger with the basketball, feeds it up, but stolen the pressure defense. Loose ball on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball as Schneller, along with Ellison there, tying it up with Kopang in the front court. It'll be Loyola's possession on the alternating possession here. Kopang into Clevenger. Clevenger driving on. And McKenna Round drives to the bucket, shoots a floater, and makes it 8-10. Trying to inbounds to Ellie Barrett from Rakaya Grindy, number 3. Kelsey adds fouls, and her first 16th foul. Barrett to drive all the way, puts up the shot, partially blocked and no good. And 1 quarter complete here at the Ronan Event Center. And the Valkyries trail 10-8 to the Loyola Breakers. So in the first quarter, Tessa Burke, the big gun for Loyola, everybody knows that. And Jamie Berg, the leading scorer as well for the Valkyries, both in foul trouble with 2. Big Fork student section, bands and cheerleaders, fans getting into the skull chant. Loyola over there trying to yell breakers to break it up. Good little friendly rivalry. So Berg scores 5 in the first, Abby Ellison 2, and 1 for Barrett for a total of 8. Clevenger with 4, 2 by Tessa Burke, McKenna Round 2, and Kylie Esch 2 for a total of 10. Big Fork basketball here to start the second quarter, the far side. Ellie Barrett to inbound it to Heidi Schneller. And the second quarter is underway. Over to Shea Anderson on the left side. Anderson drives towards the middle, gives it to Barrett. Tessa Burke outside with 2 personal fouls. Feeds it inside to Ellison. Ellison puts the shot up. Oh, rolls off the rim, almost went in. And a chance for a 3-point play, but no good. That'll put Abby Ellison at the line for 2 shots. She misses the first. The second shot, dribbles, and shot on the way. Ellison, no good. And Rakaya Grindy battling for the rebound there. And Grindy is going to pick up a personal foul, her first and team foul number 5. The Valkyries already in the bonus with 17 fouls on Loyola. Pass intended to Clevenger, broken up by Rakaya Grindy, but knocks out of bounds. It'll remain Loyola basketball as Kylie Esch inbounds it to Clevenger dribbling up left-handed against the pressure. Nearly stolen by Heidi Steller. Heidi's going to steal it, feeds it to Rakaya Grindy, but Kopang gets back. Ball bouncing like a pinball and off of Kopang's head and out of bounds in the far right corner just below me. It'll be Big Fork basketball with 7:24 to go, and the Valkyries trailing 10-8. Anderson inbounds it to Rakaya Grindy. And I'm not sure what happened over there. Grindy stumbled, it looks like. Looks like the Loyola coach was in the way and causing Grindy to trip. And so it'll remain Big Fork basketball. Lemke, Berg, return for the Valkyries. 7:23 to go. Grindy inbounds to Barrett in the front court. Barrett out top. Barrett feeds it to Anderson. Anderson to drive on Clevenger. Takes it all the way in. Blocked there by Gunther. Clevenger with the basketball, dribbles it up, finds Kylie Ash. She's going to drive all the way to the bucket. Jamie Berg's got to be careful. And Abby Lemke comes up with the rebound for the Valkyries. She's going to feed it over to Ellie Barrett. Barrett across the timeline in the front court, looks underneath, tries to force it to Anderson. Ball on the floor. Lemke get the basketball, gives it to Grindy. Back to Berg. Berg with a spin move. Up and in with the left hand is Jamie Berg to tie the ball game at 10. Inbounded Kopang. Kopang over to Kylie Esch. Back to Kopang. Pressure. Reaching in to Shea Anderson. Kopang dribbling all the way. Going at Berg. Berg has to back off a little bit. And Kopang will score the bucket as Berg being careful. Shea Anderson's three-point shot off the backboard and no good. And Kopang with the rebound. There's going to be a foul called. That'll be on number 23, Rakaya Grindy, and her second. And the 16th foul on the Valkyries. And number 3, Kelsey Etch back in for Loyola. Returning for the Valkyries, number 21, Jordan Nelson, 6:19 and counting. Loyola leads 12-10. Clevenger with the basketball. Kylie Esch up and out of bounds off her fingertips. And a turnover by Loyola. It will be Big Fork basketball with 6:10 to go. James LaFontaine here with you at the Ronan Event Center. Lemke into Ellie Barrett across the timeline. She's going to dribble in, looks for Ellison. Ellison feed into, nice pass. There to Jordan Nelson. Jordan Nelson with the bucket on the feed from Ellison on the baseline. Clevenger with the basketball. Barrett in pressure. Kopang setting the screen. They're going to trap her in the corner. And a traveling violation as Heidi's checked that. Ellison and Nelson trap her on the sideline, causing her to travel. 12-12, 5:44 to go. Lemke into Barrett, across the timeline. Top of the key, Jamie Berg is going to dribble with the left hand and shoot and score for the Valkyries. They take the lead 14-12 into Tessa Burke from Kopang. Back to Kopang. Kopang to Burke. Fading to Gunther. And number 11, Ellie Barrett hustles back and knocks it out of bounds. So Gunther does not have a shot at the basket. 14-12, 5:21. Loyola basketball. They Kopang to take it out. Looking for somebody. Feeds it to Tessa Burke on the left side. Guarded there by Lemke. Over to Kopang. Back to Tessa Burke. Wide open for a three-point shot. Off the front of the rim and no good. Burke tries to come up with it. Loses the loose ball out of bounds. And it'll be Big Fork basketball with 5:11 to go. Barrett into Lemke. She's going to dribble across the timeline up the left side. Burke got to be careful with 2 fouls. Lemke drives it in. Out to Ellison. To Ellie Barrett, three-point shot from the top of the key, off the rim, and no good. Gunther with the basketball up to Burke. Burke feeding Kopang underneath, but she loses control. Oh, they're going to call a foul on the far side. A little bump by Ellie Barrett. And that is going to be the second foul on Ellie Barrett, and the 17th foul. That'll bring Heidi Sneller back in the ball game for Barrett, and Kopang will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 since we're in the bonus, both teams now. No good, and rebound there by Jamie Berg. And Heidi Sneller up the right side as Berg gives her the basketball. Sneller looking to drive on Tessa Burke. Back to Berg in the corner to Heidi Sneller. And Jordan Nelson with a shot, no good. Whistle blows underneath. That's going to be on Jordan Nelson, number 21, her first and 8th team foul. 14-12, 4:24 to go. Valkyries lead, and at the line shooting the 1-and-1, it'll be number 2, Sam Clevenger. The shot up and on the way and off the back of the rim. Jordan Nelson comes up the rebound, gives it to Heidi Sneller. 4:18 to go. Sneller with the basketball on the right side, looking for Ellison. Ellison back out to Sneller, the right side. Sneller would dribble to the top of the key, over to Jamie Berg. Berg out behind three-point line in the wing, back to Sneller. Sneller at the top of the key, looking for Jamie Berg again. Looking for Berg's a three-point shot. Over to Abby Lemke in the corner on the left side. Back out to Sneller, and Jamie Berg is going to go on the drive. Jordan Nelson gets the rebound. Abby Ellison with the hustle and gets knocked down by Clevenger. Check that, Kelsey Esch, no foul, out of bounds as Ellison stepped to the end line. Inbound to Kopang. Kopang up the court. Pressure thrown over to Clevenger. Three-point shot on the way by Clevenger is no good. And on the far side, looks like Abby Ellison. Check that. Heidi Sneller down for the Valkyries as the whistle blew and Clevenger shot that three-point shot off the rim and no good. We'll hang on right here. 3:36 to go here in the first half, and the Valkyries lead 14-12. 406-270-7384. Let me know if you can hear what's going on. Down on the far side is Heidi Sneller. She went down hard. As she was guarding Clevenger. Probably taking a knee and just waiting to see how she is on the far side. Schneller's still down. All the coaches out there taking a look and making sure she's okay. So they're going to help her up slowly. Give her a big hand. You hate to see that. It looks like a knee as Sneller went down hard, and they'll carry her off the court. Take care of that. You hate to see that. Saw that yesterday in the ball game, I believe, with Anaconda, Lady Copperheads, and Sneller grimacing as she's in some pain. Number 12, Shea Anderson, will return. And insult to injury, that foul was called on Sneller, so Sam Clevenger will go to the line. First free throw on the way, and good. So 14-13 with 3:36 to go. Clevenger at the line with another free throw opportunity. And she makes the second. She'll get one more. She was fouled by Sneller on that three-point try as Sneller went down hard. And the third free throw on the way. shot is good. So they take the lead 15-14. Berg gives it into Lemke. Lemke crossing the half-court line over on the left side. Lemke gives it to Shea Anderson. Shea Anderson on the drive. Bumped by Kopang. Gives it to Jamie Berg at her feet. Berg picks it up. Puts it in for two as Jamie Berg at her feet picks it up. Dribbles. One-step layup. Tessa Burke over to Kopang. Back to Tessa Burke on the left side. On the far side to Clevenger. Clevenger back to Tessa Burke, wide open, and no good on the free throw. And battling for it is Abby Ellison and Gunther for Loyola. And it will be Loyola basketball. Kopang to inbounds. Stolen away initially by Jordan Nelson. Drives in there. Tessa Burke with the bucket. A little runner. 17-16. Abby Lemke on the drive. She's going to get fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on number 11. That's Sydney Kopang, and that is Kopang's second and the 18th foul here. Abby Lemke to the line for the Valkyries. She'll get 2 shots. Lemke's first shot is good. That'll tie the ball game at 17. Back in for the Valkyries, replacing Jordan Nelson's number 23, Rakaya Grindy for a big four. 2:38 to go here in the first half, and Lemke's second free throw on the way. Draws front iron and no good. We're tied at 17. Clevenger with the basketball gives it over to Tessa Burke. Burke driving all the way. She just throws up a wild shot. And Jamie Berg comes down with the rebound, feeds it up to Shea Anderson. Anderson on the way, just misses the layup, but she's fouled and will go to the free throw line. Berg looking up the court, saw Shea Anderson streaking down and wide open. That foul is on Sam Clevenger, and that is Clevenger's third and 19th foul. Shea Anderson to the line, and she'll shoot 2. First shot is no good. So number 32, Lainey Denning back in for Loyola. Returning for the Valkyries, number 11, Ellie Barrett. 2:22 to go, we're tied at 17. Shot on the way, draws front iron, but Jamie Bird gets the rebound out to Anderson. Ellie Barrett for 3, off the rim, but Rakaya Grindy initially comes up with it, knocked out of bounds by Kopang. And it'll be Big Fork basketball with 2:13 to go. Inbound to Barrett, to Grindy, back to Barrett. Barrett in the corner, feeds it to Jamie Berg. A little sloppy with the basketball. Tessa Burke comes up with it, driving the whole way. Barrett knocks it away and out of bounds, away from Tessa Burke, as the Valkyries continue to pressure. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're tied at 17. Kopang into Burke. Burke is going to drive, but runs into defense. 3-point shot on the way by Kelsey Etch is no good. Rebounded by Grindy. Grindy's going to give it to Ellie Barrett. Ellie Barrett's going to bring it up across the timeline. 1:45 to go. Barrett at the top of the key. Looking to drive. Finds Grindy. Knocked away by Tessa Burke. And out of bounds with 1:40 to go. 17-17. Grindy underneath their own basket will inbounds the ball for the Valkyries. And she's looking. Finds Shea Anderson. Back to Grindy. Off the backboard. And good as Rakaya Grindy passes it into Anderson. Steps in bounds. And receives the pass back to make it. Pass stolen there. Grindy feeds it out to Ellison. Grindy's going to shoot and score. A mid-range jumper from 10 feet out, good. 21-17, the Valkyries in the lead. Kopang up to Tessa Burke. Off the feet of Tessa Burke, she's going to throw it up. No good. 3 Valkyries there on the floor. And it is off of Kopang. It'll be Big Fork basketball. 1:04 here in the first half. And McKenna Round will turn to the ball game for Loyola. Berg Inbounding to Barrett. Ellie Barrett to Grindy. Grindy going to take over. Schuster midway jumper short, but Berg is right there for the rebound, takes it up, and she's fouled with 51.2 seconds. And Berg will go to the free throw line. Fouls number 32, Lady Denning, her first 10th team foul. Berg to shoot 2 for the Valkyries. First one is good. Hey, Matt Pravecchio, can you guys still hear me out there? Make sure the streaming is still working. Someone said that they can't hear me, and it could be their own streaming method. Berg with a second shot for the Valkyries on the way. And Berg, nothing but the bottom of the net. 23-17, a 6-point lead for the Valkyries into Kopang. Over to Kylie Esch. The pressure by the Valkyries is unbelievable. And they're going to call a foul on 14, Abby Ellison. That's Ellison's first and 10th team foul. So both teams in the double bonus. Kylie Esch will get the double bonus. Get 2 shots. First shot is up and good. 23-18 with 43 seconds to go here in the first half. Second shot, no good, and Ellison with the rebound. 40 seconds, and Ellie Barrett looking at Grindy. Coach Jamie Grindy for instructions, brings it across the timeline. Guarded there by Round. Barrett up the left side, out to Shea Anderson. It looks like the Valkyries are going to look to take the last shot. Oh, throws it away, but Grindy comes up with it, gives it to Jamie Berg. Berg up. And they're going to call a player control foul on Jamie Berg. That is her third. .9 seconds. Abby Lemke returning for the Valkyries. And Tessa Burke, number 14, back in for Loyola. 23-18, a 5-point lead for Big Fork. As 15 seconds of counting. Tessa Burke getting trapped. Throws it over to Kylie Esch. Kylie Esch got the dribble across the... Oh, timeout is called by Loyola with 8.9 seconds to go. Matt Pravecchio says he can still hear me. And a 30-second timeout called by Loyola, and a 5-point. Heck of a first half going here, but Jamie Berg on that player control foul underneath gets called, and that picks up her third. You know, she was playing most of the second quarter with 2 fouls she picked up in the first quarter. Kylie Esch inbounds the ball. Looking for, oh man, nearly throws it away. Kopang with the basketball. Kopang shooting, and no good off the rim. Thrown back up there by number 32, Lady Denning. Rolls in and out and no good as the clock runs out here in the first half. And the Valkyries lead 23-18. After one half complete here from the Ronan Activities Event Center. I'll get your update for halftime and stats here momentarily. We'll get the scores as the Valkyries storm back in the second quarter to take the lead, and a 5-point lead heading into halftime. The Big Fork Valkyries and Vikings cheerleaders and cheer studs perform here at halftime. Man, I tell you, they put on a great show, and the best in the state. I say the best in the state, if not one of the best. They've been that way for many years under the direction of Heather Epperly and Emily Feller performing here at halftime. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Once again, an outstanding job by the Big Fork Valkyries and Vikings. High school cheerleaders and cheer studs performing at halftime here in Ronan at the Event Center. Your halftime score, the Valkyries lead 23-18. A big second quarter for the Valkyries. After they trailed 10-8 after the first quarter, they put up 15 and hold Loyola to 8 in the second quarter. Halftime, Clevenger with 7 for Loyola. Kopang with 2. Tessa Burke only 4 points, their leading scorer. The defense is really holding her down. McKenna around 2, and 3 by Kylie Esch. 10, 8, and 18 total at the half for Loyola. For the Valkyries, Abby Lemke on 1 of 2 shooting from the free throw line has 1 point. Ellie Barrett also 1 of 2 shooting for 2 points, and she had 14 last night. Abby Ellison scores 2, and 2 by Jordan Nelson on a nice move. Kaya Grindy 2 shots, 2 for 2, and has 4 points, all in the second quarter. Jamie Burke gets 5 points in the first quarter, scores 8 in the second for a total of 13. So the Valkyries get 8 in the first, 15 in the second, total of 23, and lead 23-18 here at halftime. Big Fork High School Bet Band entertaining us here at halftime. If you didn't hear earlier, it was an upset. Deer Lodge upset the #1 seed out of 6B, the Florence Lady Falcons. That means Deer Lodge is in the championship game. And the winner of this will take on Deer Lodge tomorrow night at 8:30. The loser, they head to a 10:40 ball game tomorrow morning. If you didn't catch that, the championship game is set for boys action. It'll be the 3rd time they meet this year. It'll be the Big Fork Vikings with a thrilling double overtime victory over the Anaconda Copperheads, 58-57. Will take on the Loyola Rams as they beat Florence tonight in the other semifinal. That game kicks off at 6:30 tomorrow night, so you want to tune in for that as well. Now we'll be back here. We've got 5 minutes left of halftime. We'll take a short break, and I'll be right back with more of the Valkyries and the Breakers here from the Ronan Event Center. right, folks, welcome back to the second half here between the Valkyries and the Breakers from the Ronan Event Center. We'll get your second half starters here momentarily. We'll get ready for tip-off the second half. It looks like Davey Berg not coming out for the Valkyries with 3 personal fouls. So it'll be Abby Lemke, Ellie Barrett, Shay Anderson, Abby Ellison, and Rakaya Grendy to start the second half for the Valkyries, who lead 23-18 at the half. They're just going to wear you down because that's what they do. They wear teams down with that pressure all game long, and by the fourth quarter, hopefully they had no legs, and then they take care of things. In the background, the Big Fork High School Pep Band entertaining us here from the Ronan Event Center. Take a look, looking at, let's see what, so Kenna Gunther, Sydney Kopang, Tessa Burke, Kylie Esch, and Sam Clevenger, the same starters. They get the basketball, does Loyola to start the second half. Into Kopang, over to Kylie Esch, trapped there, and double dribble is the call on Kylie Esch. Is the pressure again from the Valkyries. They trap on the side, turnover. It's going to be Big Fork basketball. Into Lemke, back to Barrett. Barrett across the timeline, heading east to west inside, and Barrett, oh, looked like a kick basketball, and it'll be a held ball, and possession belongs to Big Fork as Rakaya Grendy will take it out underneath their own basket. Out to Shay Anderson, Rakaya Grendy, jumper, turnaround jumper, and good for Rakaya Grendy. And the trap, Shay Anderson, as the ball goes into Kylie Esch, Kopang, Tessa Burke, dribbling up, look underneath, and just throws it away. Intended there for Sam Clevenger, and that pass was a bit high. 7:22 to go here in the third quarter, 25-18, the Valkyries lead. Lemke into Barrett across the timeline. Tessa Burke guarding. They're going to call player control foul, number 11, Ellie Barrett, and that is her third first team foul on the Valkyries. Inbound to Kopang. Kylie Esch knocked away and stolen there by the Valkyries. Abby Lemke getting bumped. And Jamie Grady is going to call a 30-second timeout. And number 3, Kelsey Etch, is going to enter the ball game for Loyola. 25-18 as the Valkyries stretch the lead out to 7 points. As the second half just getting underway. And Ellie Barrett with 3 personals. Jamie Berg with 3, picked up that third towards the end of the first half. Barrett to inbounds the basketball. She looking, throws in the backcourt to Abby Lemke. Lemke will bring it across the timeline in the front court. Up to the right side, looking for Shay Anderson. Anderson's going to drive and put it up, and she's going to get 2 shots. She's fouled there by number 22, Kenna Gunther. Her first, and team foul number 1, Shay Anderson to the live, 2 shots. Shay Anderson's first shot is up and good. She'll get 1 more. And hits nothing but the bottom of the net. 27-18, 6:58 and counting. Inbound, Clevenger with the basketball up the right side. Guarded there by Lemke, riding her the whole way. Oh, Anderson comes from behind and nearly makes the steal, but knocks it out of bounds. It'll remain Loyola basketball. There's that pressure defense, full court by the Valkyries. It'll wear you down. And Kopang to inbounds the basketball, gives it to Clevenger. Clevenger's going to try to drive. Throws it up, and it is good by Clevenger. 27-20, 6:40 and counting. Lemke Bringing the ball across the timeline. She feeds it to Shea Anderson. Anderson is going to drive it and take it in. Oh, and it is good! Shea Anderson with a circus shot. And she scores, and she's going to back to the free throw line to complete the and one. 29-20, 6:30 to go. And Loyola is going to call a full timeout as Valkyrie stretch the lead to 9. A nice move, Shea Anderson from the far side, on the right side, dribbles across left-handed, then rolls back to the right and lifts it up and throws it off the backboard. It rolls in for the 2 points. That bucket counts. And she'll get a chance to make a three-point play the old-fashioned way as she goes to the free throw line. The Valkyries doing a great job right here without Jamie Berg, their leading scorer, sitting on the bench in foul trouble with 3. You know, and they have a deep bench. They have a lot of players that can play, so. Little student check session that Loyola and Big Fork, their student sections going back and forth. Kind of fun things to hear at the high school basketball game. Shea Anderson's second shot is no good. Grindy with the basketball stolen there by Tessa Burke. And Tessa Burke's going to dribble all the way up, looks for Kylie Esch, out to Kopang. Kopang on the drive, going to shoot it and banks it in. Is Kopang. It'll make it 29-22 Valkyries with under 6 minutes to go. Ellie Barrett across the timeline. Barrett is going to drive in, shoots the layup, no good. And Ellison tries to steal it out to Kopang. Kopang dribbling up, look for Tessa Burke, but knocked away by Ellison. Out to Gunther, over to Clevenger, over the right side to Kopang. On the far side, Tessa Burke way beyond the arc and draws nothing. Misses the basket totally, but knocked out of bounds. Rakaya Grindy trying to gather that loose ball, and it'll be Loyola basketball. And Grindy asked to come out of the ball game as Jordan Nelson returns for the Valkyries. Kopang to inbounds for Loyola. To Tessa Burke. Tessa Burke immediately double teamed. Knocks down over to Gunther. Kelsey Etch over to Clevenger. Tries to feed it to Gunther, and Nelson jumps in front of that pass, steals it in the key, gives it up to Barrett. Barrett across the timeline for the Valkyries with 5:09 and counting. Barrett, left-handed drive, feeds Jordan Nelson, a pretty pass to Nelson, and Nelson's going to finish that with a bucket from Barrett. Inbound to Tessa Burke up the left side. Jordan Nelson bothering her. Anderson. And there's going to be a foul all around the far side on Big Fork. Yeah, it's going to be on number 21, Jordan Nelson. That's going to be her second. And the second team foul here in the second half. Rakaya Grindy returns for the Valkyries as Shea Anderson goes out. Burke into Kopang, harassed by Jordan Nelson, tries to dribble through ball. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound by Ellie Barrett. She needs help. Lemke, pass to Lemke, and Lemke is fouled. And that foul is going to be on number 11. Sydney Kopang, her third. So a little bit of foul trouble for a couple of the Breakers. Third team foul. Ellie Barrett gets the basketball from Lemke and dribbles up the court. She's going to be fouled by number 3. That's Kelsey. Kelsey Etch is her second, and fourth team foul. I can't tell. It says third on the board. Second, 4:35 to go. 31-22 as the ball into Lemke. Lemke looking for Ellison backdoor. That pass ill-advised. Burke bring it up. and she's going to throw it up with the left hand and make the shot, does Tessa Burke. Inbound Lemke from Barrett across the timeline. Goes up the right side. Lemke dribbles back out to the top of the key, looking to set something up. Oh, stolen by Tessa Burke. And then Lemke dives for the basketball, and she's going to call for the personal foul. That is Lemke's first and third team foul. Well, Jamie Berg comes back in for the Valkyries, and Rhiannon McKenna, round number 21 for Loyola. Inbounding is Kopang. Kopang feeds it out to Clevenger. Clevenger looking underneath. She's going to nearly loses the basketball, throws it to Kelsey Etz, back to Clevenger. Tessa Burke from long range and misses everything. It'll be Big Fork basketball. Anderson coming in for Ellison, and Gunther back in the lineup for round. Jamie Berg will take the basketball out underneath with 3:50 to go and a 31-24 lead for the Valkyries. Ellie Barrett slowly bringing it up. She'll cross the timeline. Tessa Burke right there. She's got to take care of that basketball. Over to Jamie Berg on the right side. Berg's going to dribble out. Tessa Burke harassing her. Ellie Barrett with the basketball. Feeds it underneath to Rakaya Grindy. Grindy turnaround jumper, no good. Great hustle there by Jordan Nelson, but Nelson steps on the end line, it looks like, and turnover to Loyola. McKenna Round returns, replaces Sam Clevenger for Loyola. 3:25 to go, 31-24. And Kylie Etch will take it out, gives it to Kopang. Kopang will throw it off Jordan Nelson as Nelson and Anderson bother her in the backcourt. Kopang to inbounds in the backcourt. Inbounded to Tessa Burke, number 14, and Jordan Nelson and Anderson provide pressure. Gunther with the basketball, over to Kopang. Kopang's three-point shot off the rim and no good. Jamie Berg with a rebound, and Ellie Barrett gets the pass from Berg, brings it across the timeline, and Ellie Barrett trying to feed it in there. Knocked away. And it'll be a jump ball as Nelson and Kylie Esch go for the basketball. Held ball possession on the alternating possession goes to Loyola. So the inbounds with 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. Goes into Kopang, back to Kylie Esch, back to Kopang. Kylie having a hard time getting across time. Jordan Nelson steals it away, gives it to Anderson, back to Nelson. Nelson gonna drive it in, stops, and she's going to travel looking for somebody else in the Valkyries to give the basketball to. And Abby Lemke is going to return for Big Fork. And along with Abby Ellison replacing Barrett, it is Kylie Esch in the backcourt inbounding the ball. She gives it to Tessa Burke. Over to Kopang, back to Kylie Esch. Esch dribbling across. Just pressure. Anderson chasing her. Knocks it away and stolen there by Ellison. Ellison feeds it up to Anderson. Unbelievable, and Anderson's shot is no good. Knocked around there and come up Gunther with the basketball. Nearly throws it away to Round. Round gonna feed it to Tessa Burke at the top of the key and over to Kylie Esch. And Abby Ellison boxing out nicely there. And that's going to be on number 22, Gunther, her second. She comes over the back of Ellison on the rebound. That's the fifth team foul. 2 minutes to go, 31-24 as Abby Lemke brings it across into the front court. Guarded there by Tessa Burke. Over to Anderson. Anderson on the drive, and she's going to drive it all the way and makes the bucket. Burke tried to steal it. Anderson spin back to the right, takes it to the hole, scores the bucket, and gets to go to the free throw line and a chance for the three-point play. Clevenger back in for Loyola. 33-24, 1:52 to go here in the third quarter. And Anderson up. Three-point play the old-fashioned way. She completes it good. 10-point lead with 1:51 to go. 34-24. Kopang. Over the round, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Gunther. It'll be Big Fork basketball with 1:43 here in the third quarter. Jamie Berg to inbounds. Looking. Oh, she just throws it away to Tessa Burke. And Clevenger with the basketball. Looks like Kelsey Etch. Stolen by Abby Ellis, who steps in front of Gunther. Over to Jamie Berg, gives it up to Abby Lemke with 1:29 to go. Here in the third quarter, Lemke dribbles up, gives it to Shea Anderson. Guarded there by number 3, Kelsey Etch. Jamie Berg with the basketball out top, and they're going to settle down. Lemke out top, and Tessa Burke Gardner. Oh, stolen away. Pass intended for Rakaya Grindy. And a 2-point bucket on the drive by Sydney Kopang. 34-26 with 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Berg into Lemke. Lemke dribbling across the timeline. Lemke's going to feed it inside. But before the shot, that's a nice pass to Ellison. Basket no good. That'll be on number 23, Kylie Esch, her second and 17th foul. And that'll mean Abby Lemke will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Ellie Barrett, number 11, 21, Jordan Nelson back in for the Valkyries. Gonna give Jamie Berg a little bit of rest along with Shea Anderson. Lainey Denny back in for Loyola, and Lemke to shoot the 1-and-1. First shot for Lemke's on the way, and nothing but the bottom of the net for Abby Lemke. 53 seconds to go in the third quarter, 35-26, a 9-point lead for the Valkyries. Lemke's second shot is on the way. And she sinks them both, nothing but the bottom of the net. 10-point lead, 36-26, inbounded. Kopang with the basketball over to Tessa Burke. Nearly stolen by, Nelson's gonna try to steal the basketball, but gets a little piece of Tessa Burke. And that's gonna be Jordan's third and 14th foul. Returning to the lineup for Loyola, number 23, Kylie Esch. So Tessa Burke in the backcourt will take it out of bounds, feeds it into Kopang. Kopang's gonna drive it all the way. Oh, knocks over Ellison. 3-point shot on the way, no good. Ellie Barrett gets the rebound, knocked down there. As Kylie Esch launches 3, no good. And Barrett is gonna be fouled by Kenna Gunther. That'll be Gunther's third and 18th foul. And Ellie Barrett gets to go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1 for the Valkyries. 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot up and good by Barrett. And she'll get one more, stretches the lead to 11. Here's the second free throw, shot on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Barrett. She makes them both. 38-26, 37 seconds. Tesh over to Kylie Esch, feeds it up. Intended for Gunther, stolen by Ellison. Ellison across the timeline gives it up to Abby Lemke, and the Valkyries will hold for the final shot here in the third quarter. Lemke, top of the key, gives it over to Ellison. Ellison dribble left-handed, back right-handed, gives it out to Abby Lemke. 14 seconds to go. Lemke looking for somebody, forces it into Grindy, stolen there by Kylie Esch. Stolen away by Lemke, and Lemke's gonna get fouled as she steals the ball away from Kylie Esch, tries to dribble, and is fouled by number 23, Kylie Esch. And I got that as Esch's third and 9th team foul. That'll send Lemke back to the line to shoot another 1-and-1 for the Valkyries. Lemke's shot on the way, and she drains it when she needs to. one more free throw, so she gets the bonus, 39-26 with 2.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's Lemke's second shot on the way, and she drains them. 4 for 4 there in the third quarter to Tessa Burke. Burke dribbling through, out of control, doesn't get the shot off in time. And we have 3 quarters complete. The Valkyries stretch the lead out going into the fourth quarter. They lead by 14, 40-26 over the Loyola Breakers. Well, in that third quarter, Clevenger with 2, Kopang with 4, Burke with just 2, a total of 8, and a total 8 points in the third quarter, 26 overall. The Valkyries really stepped everything up and outscored them 17-8 as Lemke goes 4 for 4 for the free throw line. Matter of fact, the Valkyries in that quarter, shooting 1 and 1, were 9 for 9 at the free throw line. Very important. Shea Anderson, free throw 3 and 2 other buckets. Scoring 7. Barrett with 2. 4 from Abigail Lemke. Jordan Nelson with 2. Regaya Krendy with 2. And a total 17 in that quarter and 40 overall. We'll start the fourth quarter. And it'll be Big Fork Valkyries basketball. Shea Anderson to inbounds. Looking to hit Ellie Barrett. Ellie Barrett feeds it into Jamie Berg. Knocked Anderson, lose it out of bounds as Berg tries to get it back to her. Jordan Nelson, Berg, Anderson, Ellison, and Barrett. Clevenger inbounds to Kopang. Kopang dribbling the ball up. And Berg right there blocks it away from her. And Kopang reaches in. Kopang's 4th personal foul and 10th team foul. Now that'll send Jamie Berg, who came up with the rebound, to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus now. We're in double bonus for the Valkyries, and Jamie will get 2. Shot up and good by Berg. She'll get another one with 7:49 to go here. Berg's second shot, nothing but the bottom of the net, and stretches the lead to 16, 42-26, 7:45 and counting. Over to Kopang, up Tessa Burke. Tessa Burke on the drive, over to 32. That's Denning. Denning's shot is good. Her first shot of the ball game falls, 42-28. Ellie Barrett dribbling it up, and she's going to be fouled by Tessa Burke in the backcourt. Her 3rd personal. That means Barrett is going back to the line to shoot the double bonus. 2 shots for the Valkyries with 7:30 to go here in this ball game. Barrett just short on that basket. Needs to lose a little more legs here in the fourth quarter. 42-28, 7:30 to go. Barrett's second shot, on the way, and this time it rolls in and is good. So 43-28, a 15-point lead. Kopang to the basketball, kicked there by Jordan Nelson. It'll remain Loyola basketball. And Clevenger to take the ball out in the backcourt. Clevenger looking for Gunther. Gunther bounces out to Kopang. Kopang looking underneath for Denning. Throws a little bit high. Denning can't handle the pass. Out of bounds. It'll be Big Fork basketball as Berg is going to inbounds to Barrett. Barrett back to Berg, and officials whistle as Tessa Burke goes down and hurts herself a little bit on the loose ball. 7:12 to go, 43-28. Abby Ellison will take it out underneath for the Valkyries. And they're looking. And Barrett is going to be trapped on the end line as they get the ball inbounds, and Big Fork, Jamie Grandy calls a 30-second timeout, so they're 90 feet away from the basket. A good timeout there called by Jamie Grandy. So 43-28, 15-point lead here in this ball game as the Valkyries lead. We're 3-2 here in the fourth quarter. 3 points on free throws, 3 of 4 by Big Fork, and 2 on a Laney Denning jumper for Loyola. So Ellison underneath the basket will take it out. Pressure by Loyola. And looking up the court, Barrett feeds it to Jamie Berg. Jamie Berg is going to be patient. Brings it in and finds Jordan Nelson. Nelson up and good on the pass from Berg. So Nelson comes up with a big shot. 45-28. Up to Clevenger, up to Tessa Burke, up the sideline. Ellie Barrett bothering Burke. Stolen away, knocked away by Nelson. Shea Anderson comes up with back to Ellie Barrett with 6:40 to count and counting here this ball game. Barrett across the timeline. He's going to dribble. Tessa Burke jumps in front of Barrett and takes the player control foul. And I think Ellie Barrett has got to be a little more careful than that with the lead and the double bonus, right? That is Ellie's 4th and 15th foul. Gunther back in for Loyola, returning for the Valkyries. Number 10, Abby Lemke. Kylie Esch inbound, feeds it to Kopang. Kopang back to Esch, over to Clevenger. Clevenger across the timeline, pressured. Clevenger's wild shot off the backboard. Berg comes up with the rebound, gives it to Abby Lemke with 6:20 to go in the ball game and a 45-28 lead by the Valkyries. Lemke slowly walking the ball up the court, crossed half court. Looks inside, finds Jamie Berg. A nice pass to the bucket, and Berg lays it up and in for 2 on a nice pass by Abby Lemke. Across half court, Sam Clevenger out to Kylie Esch. 3-point shot on the way, and Kylie Esch drains the 3. And Loyola will take a timeout with 5:50 to go here in the ball game, and a 16-point lead by the Valkyries, 47-31. And number 3, Kelsey Esch, will return to the lineup for Loyola. So the Valkyries in the double bonus. All they have to do is be patient, run the clock. They get 2 free throws every time that Loyola fouls them. So just be patient, take care of the basketball, make Loyola foul you. And Tessa Burke with 4 personal. Clevenger has 3. Kopang with 4. Gunther with 3. Kylie Esch with 3. Take that back. I think Tessa only has 3. I could be wrong. Grindy, Anderson, Ellison, Lemke, and Berg in the ball game. Inbounding by Grindy. Grindy looking for somebody. Feeds it to Anderson. Anderson to dribble up the court. Left-handed get riding by Tessa Burke. Anderson just doesn't, stolen behind by Kylie Esch from Loyola. Just take care of the basketball. Fed up to Tessa Burke. Burke underneath to Kopang. Kopang trying to drive in. Shot up. No good off the 3-point from the 3-point line. And a loose foul. Abby Lemke has the basketball. They're going to call a foul on Lemke, her 2nd personal, and 6th foul. Loyola basketball underneath their own basket. And they're going to try to feed it into Tessa Burke. Out top to Clevenger. Clevenger looking to drive off her feet as the pressure's put on. Kylie Esch's shot from 3-point range is good. Lemke with the basketball. Fouls on the number 3, Kelsey Etch. That is her 3rd. Oh, check that. Kelsey Etch's 5th personal foul. Somewhere I missed something. Number 21, McKenna Round, is going to replace Kelsey Etch, who fouls out of the ball game for Loyola. 5:14 to go at the free throw line is Abby Lemke for the double bonus, 2 shots, as McKenna Round comes back in for Loyola. And the Valkyries' first shot on the way is good by Lemke. 48-34, 5:14 to go in here in the ball game from the Ronan Event Center. Second shot by Lemke. Up on the way, and it is good by Lemke. Stretches the lead to 15, 49-34. Into Tessa Burke. Burke breaking the pass. Is going to drive all the way. Wild shot off the backboard and no good. And Clevenger gets the rebound, puts it back up, and is fouled. Fouls on number 14, Abby Ellison, her second 17th foul. And Clevenger shooting the and one right here for Loyola. So 3 threes in a row. Lemke with the basketball from Berg. Full court pressure by Loyola. Round trying to guard Lemke. Lemke needs to get by her. Take care of the basketball. Shea Anderson over on the right side is going to drive to the basket. And good by Shea Anderson on the drive. 51-37, 4:45 and counting. Sietch, Kopang, over to Tessa Burke. Stolen there by Abby Ellison. And Abby Lemke with the basketball. She's going to get pressured by McKenna Round in the backcourt. Lemke brings it across the timeline. Throws it at the feet of Micaiah Grindy, and Tessa Burke comes up with it. We're going to be fouled in the backcourt, and Shea Anderson picks up the foul in the backcourt as Tessa Burke was trying to run away with it, and Burke will go to the line for a 1-on-1. Ellie Barrett, Jordan Nelson return for the Valkyries. Valkyries need to just calmly run the clock here. 1-on-1 for Burke. Off the front of the rim and no good. And Jordan Nelson's going to come up with it. And she gets fouled. As that's on number 14, Tessa Burke. That is her 4th now. And Jordan Nelson gets to go to the line for the Valkyries to shoot. 2 shots. Double bonus. 37, 4:20 to go, and Jordan Nelson's shot on the way. Oh! Off the rim, off the backboard, and in. It doesn't matter how it goes. It counts. Nelson's second shot on the way. Nelson puts it up off the backboard, banks it in. I guess the bank's open late. Over to Kylie Esch, trying to dribble. Jordan Nelson steals the basketball, and that'll be a held ball. Looking at the possession belongs to Loyola as Nelson ties up Kylie Esch in the backcourt. Esch will take it out with Cobain, Clevenger back in the backcourt. Tessa Burke in the front court along with Round into Clevenger. Clevenger dribbling up, passes it over to Kopang. Kopang looking on the far side to Kylie Esch. Esch steps out. She's up 3-point shot and off the back. Bounces off the rim, off the back of the backboard, out of bounds. 4:02 to go, 53-37 here in this ball game. Ellie Barrett to get it in. Pass a little high. Ellie Barrett knocks it away. Jordan Nelson comes up with the Abby Lemke with the basketball. And Lemke will bring it across into the front court. A 16-point lead for the Valkyries. 3:48 and counting. Lemke at the top of the key, guarded by Burke. Burke has to be careful because she has 4 personal fouls. Kopang comes up with the loose ball, driving all the way. Nelson knocks it away from behind, and she's going to be called for the foul, is Jordan Nelson. That'll be Jordan Nelson's 4th. And Shea Anderson, Rakaya Grindy returning to the lineup for Big Fork. Kopang will go to the line and shoot the bonus. 1-1 for Sydney Kopang with 3:35 to go in this ball game. First shot up, and it rolls around the rim, and good. So Kopang will get the bonus, another shot. Number 22, Kenna Gunther, back in for Kylie Esch for Loyola, and a full timeout will be taken by the Valkyries. Let me know if you can still hear me. A great ball game here as the Valkyries stretch the lead out 53-38 here in the fourth quarter. The winner, remember, of this ball game will move on to take on Deer Lodge in the championship game tomorrow night at 8:30 as Deer Lodge, the number 3 seed out of 6B, upset the Florence Lady Falcons, the number 1 seed in 6B, in a ball game just before this, 36-32, kind of a low-scoring ball game. And the winner of this will take them on tomorrow at 8:30. The loser heads to take Eureka on tomorrow morning at 10:40 a.m. Matt P., shout out to Matt P. from Big Fork. He's listening and said he can still hear. I'm glad we're still online. Fixed the issue from last night. Monique Gomez sitting next to me filming this game and enjoying every minute of it. Kopang back to the line, shook at the second. The bonus shot in the 1-1. Kopang shot up and swishes it. So 53-39, a 14-point lead with 3:35 ball into Abby Lemke. Lemke dribbling it up. Bothered there by Kopang. Lemke gets it across the timeline. And Barrett feeds it to Shea Anderson into Jamie Berg. Berg's going to go up and is blocked there by Clevenger. You know, Valkyries are going to take a layup or get fouled and shoot 2 shots every time. So Grindy to inbounds the basketball over to Abigail Lemke, back to Grindy. Grindy, jumper off the rim and no good. Rebounded there by Kopang. Kopang going to dribble all the way, feeds it in to Round, picks up the basketball, throws it up, and gets fouled, so she'll head to the free throw line. Kaya Grindy picks up the personal, and that'll be her 3rd. Round will go to the line and shoot 2. First shot is up and good by McKenna Round for Loyola. 3:06 to go in this ball game for the Valkyries. I guess that clock can't run fast enough. 53-40. Big Fork leading Loyola. Second shot on the way by McKenna Round, and she makes them both. The pull within 12, 3:06, 53-41. Ball inbounded to Jamie Berg. Berg gets the basketball. Going to pass it over to Lemke, but they call her for traveling, and it will be Loyola basketball underneath. Kopang intending to get the ball in, gets it to Tessa Burke. Burke launches a 3-point shot from the corner and drains the 3, and full timeout called by Loyola as Abby Ellison returns within 9. 3 minutes to go in this ball game, 53-44. As the Valkyries go a little cold from the field down the stretch, and tell you, Loyola is fighting right back, being down by 16. Now they're only down by 9 here, but 3 minutes to go. The Valkyries just to take care of the basketball. They're in the double bonus, folks. 2 free throws, or looking for a layup here. And Burt, Kopang, Gunther, Clevenger, and Round for Loyola. And they're going to put on full court pressure. Ellison, Anderson, Barrett, Lemke, and Berg for the Valkyries. Berg is fouled in the backcourt, so Berg will go to the line as she's fouled by McKenna around her first. Jamie Berg to the line. She'll get 2 more free throws in the double bonus tonight. First shot is up and good. 10-point lead, 2:59 to go for Big Fork. And Berg's second free throw on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 55-44, 11-point lead. And Berg with the basketball, and they're calling everything, the touch fouls, everything here going down the stretch. It's going to be a free throw shooting contest, I think. Shea Anderson with her 3rd personal, and Berg to the line to shoot 2. Double bonus, Berg's first shot is up and good. 23, Kylie Ash returning for Loyola. 10-point lead, 2:52 to go. Berg, shot, no good. Berg with a rebound. And Berg had dribbled out, give it to Lemke. Lemke dribbling up the left side patiently. Jamie Berg up. Oh man, they're gonna call a held ball. Possession to Big Fork. Kenna Gunther returning for Loyola. Looks like Berg got fouled on that play. Berg into Ellison, out to Barrett. Barrett, patience. Out to Abby Lemke at the top of the key. They're going to shoot two free throws every time, run the clock down a little bit. Barrett, oh, she's going to be fouled by Kopang, and that is going to be Kopang's 5th. So Kopang will have to come out of the ball game as Lemke will go to the line. And number 23, Kylie Ash, back in for Loyola for Kopang, who fouls out. Kopang with 8 points tonight for Loyola. 55-45, 2:25 to go. And Abby Lemke at the line drains the first one. They were smart and patient, running the clock, knowing that they're in double bonus. Lemke's second shot is good. 57-45, a 12-point lead, 2:25 to go. Tessa Burke trying to hit Kylie Ash, but throws it long. And 2:21 to go, Big Fork basketball. Abby Ellison to inbounds, gets it into Burke. Burke back to Ellison. Ellison to Jamie Berg. Behind her, over to Ellie Barrett. As Berg brings it up the timeline, gives it to Barrett. Barrett's at the top of the key. Berg has to be careful because she has. Barrett feeds it into Berg for a layup and a 2-point bucket by Jamie Berg. 59-45, 1:55 to go. And on the floor as Tessa Berg inbounded her and drives it all the way to the bucket. She's getting fouled. We'll have to see who the foul is on. The foul was called on the floor, no basket. Foul's on number 11. And that is going to be Ellie's 5th personal. Nice job by Ellie Barrett tonight. 4 points on 4 of 6 shooting for the free throw line. Tessa Burke to the line. Rakaya Grindy back in for the Valkyries. And Burke's first free throw is up and good. She'll get one more here in the double bonus. 1:55 to go. Burke's second shot is good. 59-47, 12-point lead. Ellison. And she stepped across the line trying to pass it in to Jamie Berg. That's a turnover. And it'll be Loyola basketball underneath. Tessa Burke is going to take it out. Got to watch for her passing in and stepping in. She's going to step over there. Ellison nearly with the steal. And tapped. Kylie S. with the basketball. Shea Anderson takes it away from S, drives to the bucket, and scores! Shea Anderson with the bucket, and she'll get the and one opportunity with 1:45 to go, 59. Make that 61-47. And number 23, that's the foul on 23. Kylie Ash, it is her fourth. Brooke Dwight, number 1 coming in. Number 4, Molly McHugh. As the coach kind of empties the bench along with 13, Violet Whitegrass for Loyola. And Shea Anderson completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Jordan Nelson back in. Isabella Santa Stephen, number 33, checking in for Big Fork, along with number 40, Ashton McAnally for the Valkyries. Inbound, 13. Oh, nearly stolen away there by Lemke. As Whitegrass tipped away. Santa Stephen up to Jordan Nelson. Jordan Nelson with the basketball, and she's going to knock it out of bounds. Also in the game, number 30, Meredith Bedford, in for Abigail Lemke, the senior. And 24 is Ansley Edgerton. Give a big hand to the seniors. Nelson still in the ball game. Whitegrass with the basketball in the backcourt. Whitegrass dribbling it across. Jordan Nelson putting the pressure on all game long. She looks inside and fouled inside is number 10, Ashton Leibel. Isabella Santa Stephen with the foul, her first personal. Ashton Leibel at the line to shoot 2 shots for Loyola. Her first shot is short off the front of the rim and no good. Santa Stephen, Edgerton, McAnally, Nelson, and Bedford in the game for the Valkyries. Second shot on the way by Ashton Leibel off the rim and no good. Ansley Edgerton with the rebound. 62-47 with 1 minute to go. At top of the key, it's Meredith Bedford for the basketball. Dribbles on the left side, gives it over to Isabella Santa Stephen, to McAnally. And all the second team are in. Stolen away there by Leibel. Up to number 1. Makes the basket. Brooke Dwight with a bucket for Loyola. 45 seconds to go. 62-49. Ball up the court. Meredith Bedford over to McAnally. McAnally on the right side driving. Meredith Bedford over to Ansley Edgerton. And I think the official's going to swallow their whistle just a little bit. Edgerton with the floater, no good. Rebound there by Dwight. And pressure there by Jordan Nelson. Nelson, ball given up to Molly McHugh. McHugh over to Dwight. Dwight out, shot up. A 3-point shot there by number 32, Lainey Denning, and no good. And out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Edgerton. It'll be Loyola basketball, and inbounding will be Whitegrass, Violet Whitegrass for Loyola with 6.5 seconds to go. Throws it all the way across the court, shot up, 3-point shot by Denning, no good. And McAnally with the rebound, and that's going to run the clock. So, the Valkyries moving to the championship game tomorrow night. Still remain unbeaten in Class B. And 19-1. Good sportsmanship on the far side. If you can't see it, you're not here. Loyola fans, their student section, shaking hands with the Big Fork Vikings student section at Loyola, including some of their players. So good sportsmanship over there on the far side. 62-49 is your final, as the Valkyries put up 22 points there in the fourth quarter and outscored 23-22 as Loyola fought back in that fourth quarter and fought hard, but the Valkyries too much all game long, as their pressure defense, I think, really got to Loyola, wore them out, and some of them fouled out. We have Kelsey Etch and Sidney Kopang fouled out for Loyola, and Ellie Barrett for the Valkyries. Once again, your finals, the Valkyries 62-49, and they take the game here in the semifinal. They will head to the championship game, where they take on Deer Lodge tomorrow night at 8:30. Loyola, they head till tomorrow morning, and they will take on Eureka at 10:40 over in the Ronan High School gym. And the winners of that game will move into the Constellation at 4:40 tomorrow afternoon. Championship game set for tomorrow in the boys action at 6:30 tomorrow night. It'll be the Big Fork Vikings taking on the Loyola Rams, and be the third time they met this year. And in the championship ball game, for the girls at 8:30 tomorrow night, it'll be the Deer Lodge Lady Wardens taking on the Big Fork Valkyries. A nice big ball game right there. Give me about 2 minutes. I'll wrap up your scoring highlights there and give you your totals here in just a minute. Well, folks, back with you once again. The final here at the Rodan Event Center. The Valkyries move on to take on Deer Lodge, the Lady Wardens, in the championship game tomorrow night. Looking at your totals, first of all, for Loyola, who put up a gallant effort in the fourth quarter, but fell way short as the Valkyries led going into the fourth quarter, 40-26, and Loyola outscored Big Fork 23-22, only by one there in the fourth quarter. Finals for Loyola Brooke Dwight gets in the ball game, sinks it in the fourth quarter, 2 points. Sam Clevenger with 12. 4 for 5 from the free throw line shooting. 8 points for Sydney Kopang. Tessa Burke, 12 points, held under her scoring average. So great defense there by the Valkyries. 4 points for McKenna Round and 9 points for Kylie Esch and Lainey Denning with 2 for a total of 49 for the Valkyries. Another big game led by Jamie Berg. Jamie Berg leads the way with 21 tonight. Scores in every quarter but the third, but didn't play much of the third, which got in foul trouble early. She goes 6 for 6 on her free throws. Does Jamie Berg. Abigail Lemke, or Abby Lemke, huge third, fourth quarter. She goes 8 for 8 overall, 9 for 10, shooting 90% from the free throw line, and scores 9 points, all from the free throw line for Lemke. Barrett gets 4 points on 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Shay Anderson had a huge game, scored 12 points. The second leading scorer for the Valkyries, and she goes 4 for 4, or it should be 4 for 5. Or check that. 4 for 7 from the free throw line, and 5 points in the fourth quarter for a total of 12. Ellison with 2, but she played great defense, made some great steals. And once again, Jamie Berg with 21. Jordan Nelson, a huge game, 2 for 2 at free throw line, and scores in the second, third, and fourth quarter on some great feeds for 8 points. Rakaya Grindy with 6, a total of 62, and your final 62-49. So the lineups are set for tomorrow. In loser out action starting at 10:40 right here at the event center, it would be Florence and Anaconda at 10:40. Over in the high school gym, it's 10:40 Eureka and Loyola in girls action. In boys action at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning over in the high school, it's Deer Lodge and Florence. And right here at 9 o'clock, Anaconda and T-Falls. In boys action, they'll move on to the 3 o'clock game, Consolation Championship. The winner of those ball games, the others will be out. In girls action, the winner will face at 4:40 in consolation action with an opportunity to challenge whoever the loser of the championship ball game is. So, championship set tonight. Big Fork playing in both games. You want to tune in. We're going to have back-to-back games, so I'll be really tired tomorrow night. A lot of fun. Boys championship 6:30. Big Fork and the Loyola Rams, and girls championship is the Big Fork Valkyries and the Deer Lodge Lady Wardens. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Big Fork basketball. We look forward to you listening tomorrow night, and we'll get out of here. It is 11:20 as things ran a little bit over. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow night as the Vikings and Valkyries are in the championship for Big Fork. Once again, thank you and good night. Have a great night wherever you are. Get some rest.